Hey there, I'm Madeline Marie. So I just wanted to say hello. This is my first round of tarot videos on YouTube. I am working on the big 144 series where we go over all 12 sun signs, moon signs, and then look into the rising signs. So we're actually covering 1,728 astrological signs. So I just wanted to say hello. I couldn't figure out how to set up the camera and the cards at the same time, but I'll be getting better. So we'll start with Aries and then we'll go on through to Pisces. And this is for the week of February until February 7th on Friday, from now until then. So I hope that you find these helpful, and as with all general readings, you can look to your sun, moon, Venus. But I do say if you're going to do your Venus or your Mars as the sign, then look to it as, you know, being action oriented or more love oriented, or with the moon more emotional, with your rising more how you're coming off to others and such. For cross watchers, yes, it can apply vice versa. You know the whole spiel if you watched any other two YouTube tarot readings before. The energy is general, so won't apply to all, of course, yada yada yada. And I am also accepting donations on rotation. paypal.me/rotation411. I'll put the link below. And if you'd like for me to send you any prayers, please do put a note. I'm doing $10 prayer requests because the energy exchange helps to solidify your prayer and materialize it. So I hope that this is helpful. If you'd ever like to do a reading with me or your full birth chart, you can go to rotation411.com, and the services listed there are readings by me. I'm also creating a psychic site. It's called Psychics Gold. I work for several psychic sites, so you may have seen me on those before. So if you are psychic and are interested, I'll put the link below for the psychic application. It's rotation411.com/psychic application. And if you are just looking for psychics, I'm trying to collect, you know, the best out there. So do check back into psychicsgold.com. And as soon as I enable membership, that means the site is up and it's ready for you to browse, and you can get live advice anytime from different psychics. I'm going to add some palm readers, rune readers, etc. So here we go. Let's get started with the... Hey there, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars. I do recommend that if you are watching as a Taurus, Venus, or Mars, or Moon, that you associate it accordingly, you know. Look at it more emotionally, romantically, or action-oriented. You can also do North nodes and such. This can't resonate for everyone, as we discussed in the intro. So what's going on for Taurus, the sign of Taurus, from now until February 7th, 2020, Friday, February 7th. What's happening for Taurus in general? What's happening for Taurus in general? Taurus, the bull, the fixed sign, the ones with the great voice and the throat chakra, the second house, the house of money and luxury. What's going on with Tauruses? Okay, Taurus. Let's see here. Could be dealing with an Aries. Some of you. The video for Aries was King of Wands kept showing up and some heartbreak for them. So there could be a Taurus that's heartbroken over an Aries, or vice versa for you cross watchers out there. Let's see here. It looks like, and this would make sense, Taurus, that in the past you may have turned down some opportunities, or, you know, you have your cups full here, 3. So you may be considering an opportunity, but you've definitely been taking your time with it, which sort of is, you know, a Taurus trait. You don't rush into things. But this may have caused you in the recent past, or in the past, it could have caused you some kind of, you didn't take this offer, and you might feel like you failed because of it, or you missed out because you have the 6 of Wands here is a victory. Now, he is on the road to victory, you know. He's not the King of Wands, but this is like a victory along the way, the small victories. So you might feel like you missed out on something here this week, Taurus, and this is the past position, so you've already felt like this or already missed out on this, but you could be dwelling on it a little since it's showing up in the reading. So the energy is there. So I feel like there was something you turned down or something you're still not sure about, and you feel like you might have been successful at it, or you might have missed out on some kind of success because of it. Now, in regards to the present position, I want you to be very careful, because this is the present time. This is the 7 of Swords. So this is the card of deceit. It can also be the card of, you know, someone hiding something from you. So just be sure. I mean, it can be as simple as they're just not giving you all the information. And this could be you also. You could be omitting some information at this time, or even hiding your feelings. Swords are more to do with words or thoughts. So maybe be aware, you know, you want to be diligent that no one is getting one over on you, but you also be aware of where you may be holding back your thoughts and your words. And again, it's with this 4 of Cups, we have the Hangman. So it's like you're undecided about something. You're holding back here. You're not sure. But I do see in the coming days for you now through February 7th that the Knight of Cups is coming in. So again, this is a general reading, but Knight of Cups would usually be some sort of romantic offer, emotional offer. And it can also be emotional evolution here. You could be dealing with a water sign, of course, but you know, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But I see here that you are feeling a little emotional in the coming days, and mostly positive though. You know, the skies are clear behind him, and he is moving forward. And he's not going super fast like the Knight of Swords, but he's not going super slow like Earth energy, which, you know, you usually take your time with things, right? Like that decision. So I see here, at least emotionally, you're moving forward, whether that's in regards to romance or work or this situation that you were kind of, you know, feeling like you lost in. You're emotionally, you're able to cope with it and move forward. And I do see in the short-term outcome, and maybe in the next week, you taking some action here. You're taking action. So the 6 of Wands in reverse showed that you weren't really taking action, but the 8 of Wands is showing that you are moving forward, and it's a lot of new beginnings here. See, with there's little blossomings on this card. Can you see? There you go. So your action will be fruitful. And I see you taking a little more action than fruit, but it's going to really give momentum to what you're trying to do here. And if it is in regards to this decision that you feel like you may have made the wrong decision, here it's almost like you're going to correct it. You're going to either correct it, or you're going to move forward and start again with something new, but really go full force at it. So if you were undecided, either take action on that old thing or find something new to focus your energy on. That if you're still stuck on some sort of something that you feel like was a failure. Here I see as the circumstances that, you know, you are in a pretty cozy place. Maybe you've been working hard, and, you know, you are bearing some fruit. So you're just watching, kind of maybe taking a pause to look back and see your accomplishments. If you're not doing that, that would be the thing to do. And I do see in your environment the 4 of Wands. So this could have to do with romance, where you feel like you missed out and maybe you would have been further along or in a relationship with someone. But it could also just have to do with stability, where you feel like, you know, your environment is a little chaotic at this time and not as peaceful or, you know, certain as you would probably prefer. But that's why you're taking the action here, right? And in your hopes and fears, we have the Judgment card. So you might be hoping for karma to come around for some. That's not really how this is interpreted, but that's what I'm getting off of it, because, you know, this card is ruled by Pluto, and Pluto can kind of cause like death and transformation. So maybe you're hoping for transformation. It's kind of like the Death card, but positive. And, you know, you have divine assistance here. So this is an archangel here blowing his trumpet. So also you could feel like you hope to be redeemed maybe in this situation. So that action you're taking could definitely be in regards to that situation. Let's see here. Now, in the outcome, we have the King of Wands. So, like I said, romantically, you could be dealing with an Aries because we kept pulling him. But I also see here, with him being in reverse and the six, this sort of reiterates the Six of Wands being in reverse here. I feel like whatever this was that you hesitated on, you're feeling a little defeated, like you aren't very good at taking action, or you feel like you should be better at it by now, or maybe you get confused about when to do it, and then in hindsight you have regrets. But no regrets, my dear Taurus. Now, so I do see this is causing you some worry and frustration. So I want to get a couple clarifiers here to see what's going on with the situation, because even if it's not really affecting you present time, although I do see your environment, you feel like it's not as stable as it could be. And there is some deceit going on here. So I want to see what's affecting you. Sorry if this is loud. The mic is sensitive. Let's see. Yeah. This is my other deck. I really love it because it's very unique, but it's in Russian. I don't speak Russian or anything, but I did translate it. And here it's loss and deprivation, but these two are playing poker. So I feel like you're in the middle of some sort of game with someone. Could be with work, but I do feel like you're pretty stable here with work, and you're pretty good emotionally within yourself. You're going to be finding that in the coming days. But here it's sort of like you feel like you're constantly have to be on your toes, and with your poker face, and you feel like people are working against you here, and you're afraid to make a decision because it might backfire. But play the keep your cards close to your chest like you do, Taurus, but play the hand you're dealt as well. There's nothing wrong with taking risks in life. Let's give another clarifier for this so here's the Death card. Now you're like, oh no, that's scary. Yeah, it is kind of. He has the Grim Reaper here, but in the traditional deck, it's just basically judgment. It's kind of going back to it's sort of, I guess this would be your fear. It's your fear of like losing, but kind of like in poker, losing. But if you don't play your hand, you can't play the whole game. You can't get back to. How can you win the whole pot if you're afraid to play one hand, is what I'm getting here. So be confident. We got to turn this Knight of Wands around here. We got to get you some confidence back, my dear Tauruses. So let's see. Here's the Sun, the all-seeing eye. So I'm just sending you a lot of light here, Taurus. Let's get on to the romance reading. If you do ever want a personal reading to go over more specifically some of these, you can go to rotation411.com, and my services are listed under astrology. I also work on several psychic sites, so you may have seen me on there. And I'm also creating my own, so for you cross-watching intuitives, I'm looking for the best of the best out there. Please do check out the link for psychic applications and the description. And also, if you want access to a bunch of great astrologers, psychics, tarot readers, hopefully some palm readers, Taurus, you can go to psychicsgold.com. I'm going to have a network there, and the app is also coming out shortly, so you'll be able to find it in the stores. Check back with me for that. But you'll be able to access all of the best astrologers and tarot readers at a moment's notice. So, wow, kind of stuck. I think you guys are a little stuck with something, or stuck on someone. See here, what's going on with Taurus love life this week through February 7th, Friday, February 7th. What is going on in Taurus's love life? I'm curious. My dog is a Taurus, and I feel like she kind of keeps the other Tauruses away. When I didn't have her for a little while, because I moved, I had a bunch of Tauruses in my life, and then I got her back and none again. And when I was younger, I had more too. Okay, so the Page of Swords here. It could be sort of like that Seven of Swords you guys had, where you're just feeling like very quiet and reserved, keeping a lot of things to yourself. But you have something to say here with the Page of Swords, you know? There is something you're thinking about making a move and saying, or thoughts. You're having thoughts for sure. I'm going to shuffle a little more for you, Taurus, in regards to love, because I was so stuck there. Yeah, the Hermit, you're really keeping to yourself. It could be this Venus and Pisces energy where you just feel, you know, like you're going through the motions a little bit. And maybe winter too, for most of the world. Could just be feeling a little cooped up right now. A lot of planets are in Capricorn too, so that's going to bring you down to earth like that Virgo card. Or you could be dealing with a Virgo. Definitely if you're a Taurus, you could be dealing with a Virgo, right? Oh man, you guys, I feel like you're having a rough week. But we're going to get you through this. So here we have that Four of Cups again, in the near past, under your feet, but also in your subconscious mind. So I do think that for a lot of you Tauruses, that this decision that you were contemplating is an emotional one, romantic one. Now I do read for singles and relationships at the same time, but if we need to clarify, we will. So I feel like there's like you're emotionally fulfilled yourself with the Three of Cups, but it's almost like there's been someone lingering around you for a long time, because this was in your past before also, that you're just not sure about, but you can't seem to get your mind off it. You're still looking at it, and it's still being offered to you. It's almost like, and that might be part of why you're stuck on it, because you're like, why is this still here? What do I do with it? But I do see in the deep past, this is the Three of Pentacles. So you yourself are very secure emotionally, or you're feeling very secure in regards to the past, but there's still something lingering on your mind that you're not sure about. And in the coming days, you might have an emotional battle. And, you know, this is so similar to the Aries reading. So they had that in their environment in reverse, where they weren't wanting to fight. So you may be having, because of that King of Wands in reverse, you may be dealing with an Aries that you're not sure about. For some of you, of course, this is general, but the Five of Wands here, and then you have something to say, something on your mind, and you're definitely keeping to yourself here with the Hermit and the Page of Swords. But with this Five of Wands here, and then that Eight of Wands, right, where you were taking action in the general, you may be willing to go to bat or fight for something that you weren't sure about before. But I do see in the short-term outcome, you have, this is the wish fulfillment card, right? The Ten of Cups, where all your cups are full, your wishes are being granted, and you're just, it's in reverse. So I feel like, or the Nine of Cups, excuse me, is all the cups are there, right? Because the card is present. But in reverse, it just means it's more challenging to you now. So you're going to feel maybe like you don't have the support of the universe, or you're going to feel like your wishes aren't coming true, but they're there. Your wishes are still there. You still have them, so you still have hope. You've just got to try to, align the energy, and it's going to line right up for you. So that would be my advice for you in the coming days through February 7th is, if it feels like you're battling and you're losing here, and you're not sure, about something, try to just stay really positive, because the energy is there. It just has to be turned around. Try not to focus too much on what is, and try to really just manifest yourself and ask the universe. It's always working for you, or God, or whoever you believe in. And the circumstances, again, are judgment. So this was sort of your fear in the general. So it's almost like you are going through a transformation here. And there's sort of like a karmic cycle is coming to an end. And you're going to have divine guidance coming in, and really like on your side. Judgment, this is sort of like the resurrection here in the card, and the angel coming down, Archangel Michael, to judge the living and the dead, to judge the dead. But here it's like you're rising from the dead, and you're like, give me my karma, give me my punishment, but let's move forward here. Let's move forward. Show me the way. show me eternity. And excuse me. So here we have the environment is sort of, you were willing to go to bat, but in the long run, you're gonna, it's funny, you have the Seven of Swords. It's like the other people are gonna give up and sort of walk away, and you're gonna feel victorious here with the Five of Swords. So if anyone is deceiving you, it's like karma is coming in and you're going to be successful. They're going to give up. They're going to walk away. So just make sure when you have those 3 swords in your hand, before you pick up their 2 swords, that, this is what you want, right? And because if it's someone you care about romantically, you don't want them to walk away, right? So just be careful how far you push if you want to keep them around. If you don't, then you're going to be cutting ties. The Temperance card is in your hopes and fears position. So I think here you're kind of hoping for guidance, divine guidance. You're hoping for clarity, and you're being patient, And he's playing with the 2 of Cups here. I never really noticed that before. So you're hoping for the right partner for you romantically. And if you're in a relationship, you're just hoping that this is the right person. Oh, yes. And if you're in a relationship also, I said this covers both. You may be feeling like you're kind of in a battle this coming week. And like you kind of have to keep your thoughts and words to yourself. And like you're not making progress. But you can change it, if you're already in it. So in the outcome here, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And Queen of Pentacles is you, Taurus. But she's also the strategist, right? The King, he's already has it made, he's set up. And the Queen is still strategizing and planning. So I feel like you're not really doing a lot of planning. But like I said, the energy's still there. You're still the Queen of Pentacles. You're still feeling whole and complete. But you're not really strategizing. You're kind of just like, you know what? I'm just going to take it how it is. I want to go ahead and clarify the 9 of Cups and the Queen of Wands, or Pentacles, excuse me, because they're in reverse here. Why is the 9 of Cups in reverse in the near future outcome for my Tauruses? Sorrow, rue, sadness. So it sort of reminds me of the Swords card where she's up at night, and she's feeling sad. It's like you're sad over something in the past. It's kind of like your general reading. You're having some regrets, Taurus, and you're willing, have the energy with these Wands cards. So if you're hesitating, don't hesitate. Play that hand like we talked about. So yeah, you're feeling sad and looking at the past, but you have all this potential here. A lot of potential, right? All right, let's clarify this Sorrow card because we don't want to leave on that note for you, all right? Jealousy. Wow, this is very close to Aries reading, but you two are next to each other. So be careful of any feelings of jealousy. You may be, you're feeling sorry about something, though, that you may have been able to take more action on. So I really encourage you, Tauruses. I know you really take your time, and you're not strategizing, but if you have at least any jealous feelings, jealousy is very destructive. I just gave Aries this speech. And sometimes we don't realize how jealousy is creeping up on us. And yes, it is human nature, but it does work against us. It keeps us stuck. So release that, and that might be what, and release any sadness, and try to maybe at night say, I want to send forgiveness to anyone, and your subconscious will know who it is, because you may not even know who it is too. Some of you may. And I do see this turning around for you here with wish fulfillment. You just got to release some sadness about the past, some jealousy, and let go of hesitation. If there's something you want, you need to go for it, my Tauruses. That would be my general advice to you as an Aries anyways, but I still think. And so in the Queen of Pentacles, I do have here as the long-term outcome clarified boyfriend, lover. So you may not be single, and so this may just be dealing with inside your relationship where you're feeling some sorrow and jealousy. But here, for those of you that are single, there is a lover coming. And you don't really need to strategize here. You can just be patient and be yourself. But if there is a decision that needs to be made, And this may be you need to make a decision about something in the past to release energy for the lover to come in, or it may be you need to make a decision about a lover. You could have that option, like I said, lingering around, that you would just like, why are you still here? Maybe you need to embrace it and really examine it, because it could be the one for you. I'm gonna do one more card for you for general energy and general advice before we go. What do we want to say, one last thing, to our Tauruses from now until February 7th? Por favor. What can we leave Taurus with for now and through February 7th? So I didn't actually translate this one, but this to me is the home. So if you feel like staying close to home, like we talked about, it's the end of winter, just stay home and don't worry too much. Try to get that worrying off your brain, my Taurus loves. Let's give one more for Taurus from now through February 7th. Yeah, and be careful of deceit. Like we had that 7 of Swords. I know you're not sure about someone, but I almost feel like they're not even the one deceiving you. So it might be someone this is something I'm picking up. It might be someone giving you advice about that person you can't decide on, and that person's advice may be coming from jealousy. So be careful whose advice you're listening to. Really listen to yourself. And, if you're playing poker against someone who could be your ally, like that person you can't decide about, but yet you can't figure out why you can't let them go, when in reality it could be someone in your own circle that they may not be it may not be hateful energy, but they may be misleading you out of their own ignorance. So, they say the only sin is ignorance. So make sure you're listening to your own heart and not advice from other people. Yeah, because there we have marriage coming out of that, a union, wedding. So some of you may already be married, but for others, I almost feel like you need to make your own decisions. You may be listening to advice from people that are not just, they're not you. So I'm going to leave you with that, my lovely Tauruses, and have a great week. I will be putting out more videos next Thursday for the week ahead. And if you would like to see I'm doing the big 144 series, which is where I'm covering all the sun and moon signs, plus a bonus of all the rising signs. So it's 1,728 fundamental astrology combos. That is on my channel, Rotation 411. And if you'd like to donate, it's also paypal.me/rotation411. And I'm also accepting donations through the PayPal, but also I do send out prayers for $10. It's the energy exchange. So if you would like a prayer from me, you can go ahead and write, when you send the $10 donation, write the prayer in the notes, and I will definitely follow through with that. And if anything significant comes up, I'll email you as well, like, oh, I prayed for you and I noticed something. And also, if you'd like a reading from me, your birth chart done, personal reading, you can go to rotation411.com/astrology. I'll put it in the link, and that those services are offered by me. And keep an eye out for the Psychics Gold app and psychicsgold.com. And again, if you're an intuit and a psychic or a reader yourself, we would love to have you apply. So I'll put all those links below. Thank you, Taurus. Have a wonderful week.